All right, well, I'm back. This story about some of the people I met while working at the penitentiary of Lompoc. Back in 1989 is when I first met Carmine Persico. He was still head boss of the Colombo family until his death back in 2019. He was still very powerful and influential man at the time. That the Bureau of Prisons couldn't even house him on the East Coast because of his influence and power. So they shipped him as far as they could to the penitentiary of Lompoc, which was the only penitentiary in the West Coast at the time. Anyway, I knew him for over 14 years and we became friends. While working C Unit one day, this black inmate didn't know apparently who he was and tried to grab the phone away from him, causing him to fall. Well, I've never seen an inmate get transferred or shipped out of a penitentiary that quick. The administration never said who picked him up or where he went. He was just gone that day. They figured this guy's gonna get whacked. That's how much power and influence that Carmine had at the time that they were afraid that this guy was gonna get killed, so they shipped him out of that penitentiary. Anyway, I knew Carmine for over 14 years. Like I said, we were friends, and if I saw him in the yard, I always stopped by and said hello. He had his own little table there. Next to him, his table, he had a little garden, which they let him grow basil, tomatoes, stuff like that for his private use. We sit there and bullshit 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. He would introduce me to his friends. That's where I met Albert Taco, which was a mobster from Chicago. And of course, Tony Center, which was like his bodyguard. This fierce dude. I mean, if you ever look him up, he's one of the Gemini twins. Great guy. I mean, as far as inmates go, or Italians, at least the ones I met, were just great inmates. I mean, kind of people that just did their time. Most of them will never get out. And like I say, they don't cry or bitch about it. They just do their time. Anyway, once in a while, you know, they would stop by when I worked C Unit at the time, and they would ask to permission. They'd come in. If you were from a different unit, you weren't allowed in there, but they would ask. They'd come in and cook for Carmine for his birthday or sometimes for holidays. And I get food too, so hey, it worked out. But they would have an annual Italian dinner for the Italians. Carmine would be one of the cooks. They do a pasta and meatball sandwich. He makes sure I get a meatball sandwich if I was working that day. Like I said, there was just great model inmates and just good people to be around. Regardless of what they did in the streets, that's not my job. My job was to make sure that nobody killed themselves. You know, that was it. You babysit grown men. That's it. I'm not there to judge what they did or what they didn't do. So anyway, have a nice day. We'll see you again.